This is GACenter, your look at the Grand Arena Championships of content creators from around the globe. Here are your hosts, Flair from Gaming Embers and the Nev from the Escape Pod Cast.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, welcome to another GACenter. It is week 12. We have reached the halfway point of our season. And boy, what a half a season it has been. And just wait till you see the top of Elite Division 1. Oh my God. This month has been great for some, bad for others. But oh my God, is it making... It's making the top of Elite Division 1 so exciting, and we're only halfway through the season, so yeah, a lot to get through today, Plus, you know, we'll get to some, we'll definitely have a talk about the changes, obviously, to GAC that are going to hit us for the next season, because, well, we're GACenter, so we have to talk about changes to GAC. So.
You have to, but then you're going to talk about it again on Friday, most likely.
But then we're going to talk about it again on Friday. But it's important to get it.
This is a way for me to get my opinions out there as well.
It's important to get it out, and you can get your opinions about GAC here on this channel. So, okay, let's get started so that we can get to the end, shall we?
Please, let's blast through this.
And as usual, we begin with Bulldog. It's kind of getting a little bit cumbersome, Bulldog. Could you do us a favor and lose? It's another week. Another 3-0. No whammy or crown, though. No whammy or crown. And that was thanks to a tough round 2 opponent whose fleet would not be defeated. But still, he didn't lose, did he? So 3-0. 3-0 for Bulldog.
Infinitum this week going 3-0 as well. Round 1, opponent plays some pretty high GP teams, but nothing super scary. He adjusted accordingly, got some good banners from it. Round 2, he squeaked by a single banner. Had a really tough battle to go with, and just going through here, he lost an incredible amount of banners, going against some I think trail lead against 5 of First clones. Yeah, but everything came down to a single banner win, and he got it and took the victory from there. Round 3, opponent had a ton of G11s and G12s versus his roster, but nothing really particularly scary. He took his stuff in and just smashed his opponent with a solid win is there as well. So 3-0, Infinitum with the triple crown. Woo!
Hey, did you know who else got a triple crown this week? Flair. Look at this triple crown from Flair, giving
2 in a row, baby.
2 back triple crowns and a great end to his month. Not the best month in the world, but an absolutely cracking end to the month. Round 1, flawless victory.
It's been about
round
my
2,
average, actually,
flawless victory. Round 3, you nearly blew it. It was very tight. Very, very tight. It went all the way down to the wire, requiring a high score in fleet. The joy that appeared on your face when the first reinforcement came out and it was Slave 1, it was just like, yay, I'm going to get it. So, 3-0, triple crown, Flair.
Boom! Commander Cody this week, absolute 3-0, no issues here with him. Round 1, full clear 1 shot. His sisters got a hold and his fleet stood after 2 attempts. Round 2, could not get past the Darth Revan after 2 attempts. Keeping him out of the full clear, but his opponent couldn't clear his Padme or his fleet. Round 3, he only did a few battles and didn't attempt the rest of them. I think he only did 4. His opponent was just stopped by Padme. So took the win there. 3-0, Commander Cody.
Brain kill. Another 3-0 triple crown. He's been hitting these quite regularly. Flawless victories across the board. Lots and lots of solos and quite a fair few undersize as well. So there you go. Another triple crown from Brainkill. And there is the division table. Flair, it doesn't look so daunting anymore, does it?
That's a lot of work to do.
Well, I mean, obviously you've got, yeah. I mean, the only problem you and everybody else in your division have is you just look at Bulldog and it's like, yeah, it's sealed. It's all sewn up. I mean, we're halfway through the season. Can you see him dropping anything? I can't see him dropping anything. It's not going to happen.
Not to mention, he will probably hit Div 4 pretty quickly.
And it doesn't hurt him that he's just picked up gas. So he's got gas for the last 3 months.
Him and Infinem just picked up gas recently.
But so it's sewed up. You can bet the house on it. Park your house on Bulldog going undefeated and winning Division 5.
Probably.
Okay, so we're moving on. The Lone Gunman, 2-1. Tough week for Gunman, who had to dig really deep for the wins this week. Round 1 and round 2 were wins, but no full clears. Got stuck on Geos in round 1 and a Darth Revan in round 2, but he did get through. Round 3, though, was no issue for his opponent, as he just got through all of the Lone Gunman's defense and full cleared him. So 2-1, unfortunately, but still a good week.
On to Stone. Stone, unfortunately, going 2-1 this week. Round 1 and round 2, he had no problems. Full clear one shots, got the wins there. Round 3 was played poorly on his part, as he put it. His Bastila Jedi team failed against General Grievous. His Wampa failed against the Rebels. And his opponent only lost 1 time to JTR, and that just was not enough to make up a banner difference. So 2-1 for Stone this week, unfortunately. Ugh.
Renard the Fox, our favorite German fox, with a 3-0 triple crown. So many triple crowns at the end of the month. You expect it to get harder at the end of the month, but everybody's been getting so many triple crowns. Round 1 was so easy, he flawless victoried with 1 hand tied behind his back. Round 2 was even easier, he did it with no hands. And round 3 was such an efficient win, his opponent was left for dust. 21 wins, 8 holds, 3-0 triple crown for Renard the Fox.
Orlamar this week coming in 3-0 as well. And man, Orlamar had some fun this week. Round 1, Padme and Darth Revan held both of his front walls. He one-shot his opponent's defenses with a pretty hefty lead there. Round 2, Vader and Newt Separatist held his front walls this time around. He did stumble on Shaak Ti clones by miscalculating the speed, so he got a messy full clear because of that, but still, absolutely smashed. Round 3, he hit Darth Revan in his back wall. His opponent could not get past it or his rebel fleets. And again, he got a one-shot on all the opponent's defenses. So 3-0, not the triple crown, but still pretty good. Triple whammy for Orlamar.
Moyo suffered the curse of round 3 this week. Yeah, it all looked like plain sailing, with flawless victories in rounds 1 and round 2, and comfy wins too, but that's why we call it the curse of round 3, because you've gone flawless in round 1 and 2. Round 3 wasn't even close. Moyo got sandbagged, facing both Revans and a GG. He stumbled on all of them and conceded to his opponents. Better luck next month, mate. Better luck.
Poor Andy. Round 1, no problems. He got the full clear. Round 2 was also a full clear, but he wasn't as efficient as his opponent. Dropped too many battles and lost on banners there. Round 3, he got trapped by what he calls the Bash Brothers, JKR and Jolie, with a relatively thick Jolie. And as he finishes off his report here, he goes, "Kyber, where are you, my friend?"
Vendetta. Triple crown for the man in the Guy Fawkes mask. So another triple crown. This has got to be one of our record weeks for triple crowns. It has to be. Vendetta had the perfect week. Now, the 4 holds, very, very deceiving. Those 4 holds were very important. Flawless victories across the board, obviously. But his defensive holds were full holds. So he actually stopped his opponent in all 3 rounds from getting full clears. That is just the icing on the cake, and that's what gives it the perfection that it deserves. Perfect week, 3-0 Triple Crown for Vendetta.
Marco coming in with a 3-0 this week. Pretty nasty for some of it, though. Round 1, he got a good full clear, play efficiently, he won. Round 2, another full clear, very efficient with his stuff. His opponent had a bit of annoying time against his defense. Round 3, opponent went heavy on his defense. Could not full clear Marco at all. He couldn't full clear him either, but still got the win, just taking more battles there. He's still annoyed because earlier in the month he got kicked out. But hey, 3-0 for Marco. Take it, run with it, enjoy it. Good job.
We actually got some data on Jake this week. Now, Jake's week was good, but it could have been so much better if not for 2 measly losses in round 2. I mean, the stats were good, but just you kind of kill yourself. Flawless victories in rounds 1 and round 3 were very good, very efficient wins. And it's just a real shame that he couldn't finish off the week with a Triple Crown because of those 2 losses in round 2. So unfortunately, 2-1 for Jake.
Look at that.
Olimar is holding his own at the top there. Vendetta was holding that lead for correct me if I'm wrong, but Vendetta had the top spot for the first 2 months solid, didn't he?
Yeah, Vendetta was doing really good. Vendetta's been kind of sitting at the top of it.
Yeah, but Vendetta, Olimar, and Renard the Fox, Stone's. Oh my god! I mean, I know Stone. I watch him. He was having an absolute blinding first couple of months, but he's dropped off big style. There's far too many 2-1s this month, and there is a big gap starting to open up. I mean, there's 3 months left, but yeah, you really, really need to turn that around, Stone. And then obviously we've got an even bigger drop off between Stone and Moyo, the top half of the table and the bottom half of the table. So there's
still right at that top 3, Olimar, Vendetta, Renard, they're all just nipping at the heels of each other.
Yeah, they are. And Olimar's banner difference, that is just beautiful. He is definitely going to enjoy that. That is what is going to save his skin at the end of the season. That's without a doubt. Okay, next div. And we start off with all shows for the no-show queen this week. Yeah. And her week suffered. The Bounty Honey suffered losses in rounds 1 and 3 this week as a result of some pretty tough defenses. She still did get a consolation win in round 2, despite not setting a full defense. So even though she didn't set a full defense in round 2, she still picked up the win by 3 banners. That's perseverance, and I think she'll be very, very glad that she at least got one of those rounds 1 and 2 for Cake Gaming.
Your arch nemesis, Fartmart, also known as Fartmart.
Fartmart.
Fartmart. You went 2-1 this week, though. Change up, isn't it? Round 1 was where it started. First loss in a long while. His opponent had more lifetime banners, had a third more relics than him. And they both stopped each other on the ships. And they both attacked at literally the last minute, 30 minutes remaining. And used some good theory crafting to bust through Fort Mort's defenses, apparently. So, but yeah, no, hey, like you said, he was honored to lose to this guy. He was a pro. Round 2 had a no-show, and all of it was one-shots. It was easy cakes.
Lucky.
Round 3, guy was bloated 400k for the round, giving him a huge team advantage. He had a huge JKR, 128k, and a huge 138k Nice Sister team. Tried to use the wall method, but the mods were and Fort Mort and company got the full clear despite being severely outgunned. So excellent job. Hey, 2-1 is not bad, Fort Mort. Take it when you can.
Geek Girl, Queen of Consistency didn't disappoint this week, getting a solid 2-1, picking up wins in rounds 1 and rounds 2, and then falling to the curse of round 3 at the end of the week, as so many content creators do. RNGesus really had it in for this bounty, honey, making it hard for her, but it didn't stop her from getting Kyber for the first time. Well done, Geek Girl. 2-1 and Kyber to boot.
Woo! On to Boba Fett. Boba Fett coming in with a 3-0 this week. Round 1, one shot, full clear. His opponent only cleared a single zone. Round 2, he dropped a battle. He was getting a little experimental using Emperor Palpatine and Vader versus General Grievous team, but his opponent only cleared 2 zones. Round 3, he faced an opponent who typically plays a very tough defense. So he saved a lot for offense and played a weaker defense. He dropped a single battle on offense versus Padme, but still got the full clear regardless. Opponent also dropped 1 battle and got the full clear, but he was more efficient and won by 18 banners. 3-0, excellent job, Boba Fett.
Wrangler, our favorite space cowboy. Bad and good week for the space cowboy, who suffered 2 defeats. He avoided the wooden spoon with a consolation, though. Here's the good news, though. He got the Kit Fisto Eth Koth feat and secured Kyber. So, not all bad, despite the 1 and 2 this week. He got Kyber.
Take Kyber, we can get Kyber. Yeti this week going 2-1. Last battle of the season was a failure for him for the 2nd season in a row. Round 1, opponent was extremely predictable. Always set GL Kylo with the double tank and ignores his opponent's GL on defense. So he set the tough defense and outplayed him at his own game. Round 2, excellent, predictable player. Set pretty tricky defense, but not a hard defense. Pure banner thievery on display. He set his GL Kylo, and his opponent always attacks with his. So he made sure that his opponent couldn't do any shenanigans and took that to the cleaners. Round 3, another excellent opponent, but again, very predictable. He managed to catch him out of the blue when he left Zombie Asajj with Phasma and Troopers, which rendered it unnestable, setting his max out negotiator, and the poor banner efficiency from that battle cost him the victory. Perfect season lost by 2 banners. Oh, the pain, Yeti. But still, hey, a 2-1.
Scribe. A glorious triple crown for Scribe this week. Not a very, very, regular occurrence, but hey, he did himself very, very proud. He got the triple crown with an extremely impressive banner score. Round 1, flawless victory with a 1940. Round 2 was a flawless victory with a 1923. That was a close one, though. Only won it by 2 banners. And round 3 was a flawless victory with 1927. Great scores. Really, really great scores. Great week. Well done, Scribe. 3-0, triple.
Look at you, Neil.
I know.
Look at that 3-0.
Yeah, I know. It's good. It's good.
Look at that triple whammy.
I know. Hey,
the crown's got a little scuff in it, but hey, you still went 3-0 pretty much every. Oh no,
no.
You lost 1 battle last week.
Yeah. I lost 1 battle the week before last. Yeah. Can't win them all. You can't win them all. Hey, I'm happy. I got 2 triple crowns and a triple whammy this month, so hey, I'm happy with that.
Absolutely, take it when you get it, man.
A bad end to a bad month for Rand. As his month just spiraled out of control, really. It just spiraled out of control. Not only did he lose rounds 1 and round 2, but he inflated his GP so much that he inadvertently promoted himself to Division 1. He's going to be in Division 1 next month.
Ooh, there's a lot of Div 1 players now.
Yeah, don't worry, Rand. I'll be joining you in about a month myself, mate.
And onto Gator. So This is another one of those. We've been having this a little consistently with SWGOH.gg. We just get some issues with reporting, and it's not the issue with the site, it's just how the data is getting handled across. But Gator did actually put in a report and said he went 1-2, which sucks. I'm just gonna put it this way, it sucks. Losses on round 2 came from surprise maxed out negotiators set on defense that he's unable to beat because he hates ships. Absolutely. He ends his report with hashtag ships suck. So we will have once the data is all in there and we can get all the specific numbers, we will update that for you all for next week when we do the month report.
Okay. Next. There it is. There's Division 2. Look what Bomber's done. He snuck in. Look at him. I was just trying to get past Fort Mort, me. But there's Bomber. Snuck in at the top. He's number 1. He went undefeated this month, so that's pretty, I suppose that was inevitable. He went 12-0, and me, Fort Mort, and Yeti, we all went 11-1. So good on Bomber, not dropping that round. It cost all of us, didn't cost him nothing. And yeah, all I have to do is tie with him because I do have a better banner score than him. 75,000 banner. Obviously, Lil Gator is in red because at the time we were, producing all of the stat cards and the league tables. We didn't have any results for him. That will change for the next show. Once we
have the official numbers and everything for it, we'll update it.
Yeah, exactly. Once we've got the official numbers, it will be updated. So right, okay, we've got the little boys out the way. Time to take a break.
Time for a break.
It's time to take a break and move on to the big boys. So we will be back after these short messages.
SWGOH.gg is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.gg has it all. With a .gg account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.gg. Unleash your holotable potential today.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Air could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content. And also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
Have you been interested in getting items 3D printed but haven't wanted to buy one of those expensive printers? Are you looking for a literally one-of-a-kind tech gift gadget? Evil Genius 3D Printing and Gadgets is your one-stop shop for both of those items. Nerd-owned and Escape Pod approved, put Lenny the Evil Genius to work for you. If you can dream it, he could possibly make it. Contact Lenny at evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com for more information. That's evilgenius3dprinting@gmail.com. Get something unique in your hands.
Oh, you lovely, lovely, lovely people. It's big boy time. So, yeah, okay. Second half of the show. Segment 2. Division 1. And
it's
Division
the big boys.
It's the big boys. It's time to bring up the big boys. Who's our first big boy of the day? It's RSG Finity.
Get your pickles out.
Get your pickles out. That's if he's in chat. Is he in chat? I don't know. Do we have pickles? Do we have pickle emotes? I don't know if we've got pickle emotes. If we've got pickle emotes...
His report, Neil. His report.
Okay. If we've got pickle emotes, somebody let me know. So Finn isn't hitting the triples as much these days. And the reason for this week's 2-1 is Jawas. Round 1 was a win, so no issues. But round 2 was the loss. Jawas versus Geos. Didn't work, and it cost him so many banners that he risked a gas solo against Shaq T. It did not work, and he lost. But obviously then, round 3 kicked in, and with thanks to a solid hold from his Darth Revan, he was able to pick up his second win of the week. 2-1 to Finn.
After completely missing the party last week, DB did sign up. Round 1, he only did 4 battles, but his opponent only did 1. So, I barely passed kindergarten, but 4 battles is more than 1. So we'll take that. Round 2, he lost a slacker. Like everything was going good until he hit a slacker and tried to mirror it, and stopped. And actually, he got full cleared. Actually, I don't even think he did anything past slacker. He literally started with slacker and stopped after that. Full cleared. Round 3, full clear 1 shot with his General Grievous taking 4 battles before he finally fell. 2-1 for DB official.
DPK 0-3, a wooden spoon this week, unfortunately for DPK. Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about it. He's getting sick of facing GL opponents, and the game mode is wearing thin on him, so we'll just end it at that. 0-3 DPK.
On to Gridzy. Round 1, full clear 1 shot, and his slacker stopped his opponent from just continuing, period. Round 2, he tried the Vader counter against GL Ray, and that didn't work. Padme lost to General Grievous, and then he took 5 attempts to whittle down Ray and just couldn't do it. Opponent couldn't clear slacker, but was just barely more efficient. Round 3, Revan lost to Padme and unfortunately got full clear 1 shots. So going in 1-2, been a tough week for Grid.
Thaddeus, it's going nerdy, and he got a 2-1. And
look
wow.
at that loss count.
Yeah, okay, so a good week for Thaddeus. And I do genuinely mean that. A good week for Thaddeus. He saw solid victories in round 2 and round 3. I mean, he even picked up a flawless victory in round 2. Thaddeus. We're talking about Thaddeus here. He picked up a flawless victory in round 2. But the story is round 1, where Thaddeus did what Thaddeus does. Picking up 81 losses against a Galactic Legend Ray as he chases the title of most losses in a season. 2-1.
The dunce cap will eventually just be dipped in gold, Thad.
Yeah.
On to Spartan, though. Had a bad week. Had a really, really bad week. So bad. He never attacked the first 2 rounds. Round 2, his opponents didn't attack either, but won because of GP. Round 3, he actually got time to attack, got a full clear, and as he finishes off, he goes, was set for Kyber, but the gamer tears got in the way. Poor Spartan, 1-2. Ugh.
Black Mamba had a pretty bad start to the week, failing to get the full clear, and had to take a loss due to a very, very sturdy General Grievous team and bounty hunter squad. And granted, 2 of those bounty hunters were relict, but you would expect to be able to clear bounty hunters. So it could have been bad RNG. It could have been because of a crash. We've seen them. We have seen them. I myself have had crashes on squad battles, right? at the end before the victory registers on ults, so that's what it could have been. But he picked himself up and he took the wins in rounds 2 and rounds 3 for a 2-1 week.
On to It's Just Ian, and man, you see this 2-1, and then you need to look at the rest of the numbers, because he, by all accounts, he had a perfect week. Unfortunately, round 1 and round 2, round 1 and round 3 were both pretty simple for him. Full clear one shots. His crew and Slacker both getting holds. His round 3, his Slacker and Padme both got holds. Round 2, both of them full clear one shot, but Ian was down by a single banner. To take a loss, even though you perfectly did everything, to take a loss by a single banner just for efficiency's sake is tough. So 2-1 for Ian.
Micaeus coming in with another 2-1. Round 1, smash. Round 2, smash. Round 3, not smash. As he got outbannered by an opponent who played it smart, played it safe, and saved his Slacker for defense. So only a 2-1 Micaeus this week.
Here's Jigamachi. There's no introduction here needed. 3-0, first off. Round 1, skunked a battle on Karth, a Karth dot squad, because he tried to get down Nabby fancy with some hot trash resistance. Had to bring up the D-League teams, but got the deal done. Other brother got stuck on his fleets and quick. Meanwhile, he dined on man flesh with a full clear.
Man flesh?
According to him, man flesh.
Man flesh.
Yes. Round 2, no fails or heartquakes, just a full clear nasty. His dude got stuck on the professional Padme in his fleet. He was going light side geo mode, so it was hard and fast. He had to throw out some vibes because he was moving too quickly there. Had to slow it down, savor it. Round 3, drew down on this duder with a geo array with a solid roster set up for GAC. His opponent crushed everybody all season long. 11-0, very little struggles. But as he normally does, when he sees something like this, he is setting up a sand trap and trying something crazy. Put all the boys down, went max defense again to drop the overall score. His history shows a crazy offense and whatever defense, and he was not expecting this at all. He popped the top off, one-hand strap style, just a flip, beat one team on the bottom and left Ray there with enough points to take the win. Let the summer heat wave flare up. Tides out, vibes out.
Okay. Not as eloquent. Not as eloquent. Yeah. See, if people whose reports I read, you need to write that stuff. Okay? You need to write. I can't be responsible for it all. You need to write that stuff. So, but Biswee's triple crown, another triple. How many triple crowns is that? It's like half our roster. Half the competitors picked up triple crowns. Absolutely bonkers. Mm-hmm. He does put this down to his nice new shiny toy. He does have an R7 JKL, and that helped him. He loves his Relic 7 JKL, and that helped him get the triple crown. Lots of holds in round 1, and a no-show in round 2, and holds from Rolo Chupio team in round 3. A very satisfying week and a happy end to the month for Biscuit Weasel.
On to Wiggins Bog. Round 1, he lost to Padme versus Drebin battle. His opponent lost to his GL Ray. But unfortunately, his opponent was not as efficient as our Wigsy. So he took the win there. Round 2, full clear one shot with his Slacker holding for 4 battles and his sisters in Old Republic both taking 1. And then his opponent just kind of stops. Round 3, full clear one shot, and his opponent had to 2-tap his Slacker. So taking the 3-0, only having to drop a single battle. Good job, Wiggins Bog.
Whatever, my ANZGC colleague. Different guild, same alliance. Nice triple for whatever this week. Not a crown, unfortunately, but still a triple. Got a nice 1930 against an auto deploy in round 1. Not easy to get high 1900s against auto deploys. You've got all those nightmare mixed up teams at the front. So it's not easy to get full banners from those battles. Round 2 was a close one, though. Having suffered a really strange defeat to a 7-star negotiator with a 7-star malevolence. And it's strange because, I mean, most 5-star malevolences will beat a 7-star negotiator. But, hey, he got the holds and he got the victory. Round 3, though, back to business. Straightforward, flawless victory with an impressive banner score of 1937 for a 3-0 for whatever.
It's Ranger. It's Ranger time. And Ranger
danger.
Ranger. Going 2-1, just like his pickle loving friend Finn. Man, he we'll get into this. Round 1, he had to 3-tap a GL Ray. His opponent 2-tapped his GL Ray, but his opponent didn't attempt the full clear. There's no data indicating he did anything else after winning a couple battles and just kind of stopping. Round 2, the tie, but he lost due to lesser GP. Poor Ranger. Round 3, had to 3-tap a Ray, had to 3-tap a GG, had to 3-tap a Negotiator. But his opponent only tried and won 3 battles. Like, literally, 3 battles, 3 wins, and stopped. 2-1.
Strange. How
Could've
strange.
It'd been nice if it was a 3-0, but take where you can get it, Finn. Finn, Ranger.
Ranger, it's not Finn.
Ranger!
Oh, you are so lucky that Ranger's not in chat right now. He would be chewing you up and spitting you out for calling him Finn. Oh, you're not scared of Ranger, are you?
It's Ranger. It's Ranger.
That's no Moon. 2-1. He's probably going to be a little bit disappointed in this because his month was going really, really well. His round 1 opponent came with weak sauce and got outscored, outplayed, and sent back to his mother with a black eye and a sore ass. Round 2 was the loss after just way too much messing with mods. Just, yeah, way too much messing. That's it. It was a mod nightmare. So yeah, that's why he lost round 2. Round 3 was an easy end to the week, though, with a flawless victory against a very, very inferior opponent with less than 200,000 lifetime banners. So yeah, that's the type of person you want to face every single round of every single week. 2-1 for Moon.
On to Cubs fan Han, though. Round 1, good start to the week. Began by defeating Slacker with his Darth Revan, JKL with Vader. He had a pretty easy time with the rest of the defenses, picking apart Grievous with Jedi Revan, Night Sisters with CLS, getting the full clear. Round 2, another match against a Slacker, another win with Darth Revan. Smooth ride against Sisters, GOs, GG, and more, with solid banners to match with that. Round 3, Cubs had an advantage. His Night Sisters held the fort in the back south zone, preventing the full clear from his opponent. Started off with another clean battle against Grievous with his Jedi, rolled on through with light defenses, taking a 3-0 Triple Crown.
Bitcoin with another 3-0. A great week for the cryptocurrency aficionado as he picked up a triple whammy. No crown, just a whammy. But hey, whammy's still just as good. Now, he also had one of those perfect weeks, just like Vendetta. He stopped the full clear on all 3 of his opponents. Look at them holds. 18 defensive holds. He only lost 1 battle all week in round 1 as a result of forgetting to check mods. Check your mods before you go into battle, people. Come on, check your mods. Naughty, naughty. Undefeated for the month and flying high in the table. Bitcoin 3-0 triple whammy. There is the bottom of Division 1.
Oof.
It's not changed that much, but yeah. Oof, yeah. DPK's not going to be happy with that score. Thaddeus, though. Oh, 351 losses.
Thaddeus is proud, dadgummit. He's proud of that.
Thaddeus he's actually, he is genuinely proud of that record. He knows he's not going to get an end-of-year record for anything else, so he decided at the beginning of the season that if he was faced with complete and utter defeat, that he was going to make it a worthwhile defeat. Hence the 350 banner.
If he's losing, he's losing with style.
He is losing with style. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the top of standard there. Oh, and exactly what we expected to see. Bitcoin running away with it. One loss all season to his girlfriend. And that is his only that is literally his only loss. Yes, that is his only loss to his girlfriend.
Yep. He does to a girl.
Yep. Oh, but Mr. Gigabachi, he's been the silent one. He has been climbing and climbing and climbing. And if it weren't for that tiny little banner difference, because let's be honest, it really, really isn't that big at all. He's coming for you, Finn. Mr. Gigabachi is definitely coming for you, my son. And Ranger, Biscuit Weasel went past you, buddy. You can't be happy with that. You cannot be happy with that. Look, there's 2 people between Finity and Ranger. 2. So yeah, so Division 1 top really, really did chop and change.
And if Ranger had won his battle, he would have been in 3rd place right now.
Yeah, he would have, because of the banner. Yeah, he would have been. He would have been above Finn. He would have been above Finn. Oh, it hurts. Does it hurt, Ranger? Does it hurt? Okay, let's move on to the elite, the creme de la creme, the best of the best. Well, actually, no, technically it's not the best of the best. It's just the higher GP.
Higher GP, and we start off with Scorch. 0 for 3. It hurt. It hurts for him. Better matchmaking than last time, but he's tired. As he put it, he's tired of the sweaty nature of every GAC. There's not a lot of room to experiment without fear of losing too many banners. Therefore, he skipped round 2 this week because he needed the break. And round 3, he messaged his opponent to see what he needed to get Kyber. And as a graceful act, he set an easy defense for his opponent to get Kyber. So 0 for 3, Scorch. Hopefully everything gets better next month.
Oh, good week for Heinze, Aussie Adonis. He did quite well, despite the obvious single loss, which came in round 1. He didn't get full clears. I mean, this was a real gritty nuts and guts week for Heinze. I mean, clearly he wasn't, on the sauce as much as he usually is. Rounds 2, rounds 3, solid defense. I think someone's been helping him with his defense, because it was his. Obviously, he wasn't getting the full clears, but neither was his opponents. So he was putting in a much more solid defense. And he got those 3 important holds that shut the doors, stopped the full clears. He did the job he needed to do to get the wins. 2-1 for the Aussie Adonis.
I gotta get my readers on, because Paul wrote a report here.
Oh, wow.
Opponent, round 1, opponent full cleared him. Hit a hold on his Padme team, but everything else was taken down in 1 shot. Opponent set Darth Revan, Padme, and S sisters on top. Took out Padme with big guns in 1 shot. Sisters were bugged to death. Gas and GG on the bottom. Gas got mirrored. GG was a pain, but he got through it. He saw the back. Karth and Palpatine took out Karth of these. Vader got 1 shot, and he went after Darth Revan on top. This is when it went to crap. Couldn't do a thing after taking out Bastila Shan Fallen and the OG Stormtrooper, or OGST. I don't, whatever. Malik and HK, their Darth Revan Overlord leaders, smacked down everything he threw at them, and then he threw everything at them. He stands proud as he literally gave it his all. He failed that one. Round 2, full offense, and he's not talking about regular full offense. He means deep full offense. He got the full clear because of this. Paul managed to get that, and you know what?
What?
He got it. He got the win there. Round 3, a tougher opponent than last time. They placed a Relic Bounty Hunters along with Padme on defense up top. A Relic GG team, worse than the one he saw in round 1, and Crew on bottom. Took out the GG first with gas. He wasn't having the hold happen again. Worked by way through the rest, slacking Padme, JTR on the Bounty Hunters. Door number 2 opens. Night Sisters getting bugged. And he saw prep for Ray. Holdo-led resistance. Got a little worried. He was able to clear that, though. Opponent attacked while he was taking out the ships. He was able to clear that easy, and he cleared back after lunch. Held 6 times on Phasma, twice on his own Padme, and then noticed the ships were still standing tall. And got 5 holds. Newest best score, 2-1 for Paul Anthony.
Yeah, but Thaddeus isn't going to be happy with them losses.
That's a lot of losses.
Thaddeus is not going to be pleased that somebody's chasing his lost title. Okay. We'll just have to see what Thaddeus says. We'll have to get him on. Mudbum, what? Okay, so yeah, Mudbum was on vacation.
Score?
So there's no stats. It's just a lovely picture of a bison. Isn't it lovely? That's what he was looking at when he should have been doing GAC. But yeah, let's just move on.
On to Mandalore. Mandy going 3-0 this week. Man, he actually did not have that bad of a week. Round 1, he went up against Jedi Master Astra, which people will know from Jedi Academy. He lost Rey to Slacker, but she had to 2-tap Slacker and Jango Bounty Hunters. So Mandy taking the win there. Round 2, got the full clear one shot with his Slacker holding for 6 battles. Excellent job there. Round 3, despite many attempts versus JTR, against Newt, against Padme, and both Galactic Legends, his crew saved the day, preventing the full clear. Excellent job. 3-0 for Mandalore.
Lazy Turtle, it's your turn. Yes, it is. Lazy was getting by with a little help from his friends. Didn't help him get the the triple, unfortunately, but hey, when you're getting help from friends, there's too many cooks sometimes. He got lucky in round 1 because he didn't set a full defense. What was your friend doing, Lazy? You said you had help, and you didn't set a full defense. But he got lucky, his slacker held, he won the round. Round 2 was against Fatal. Oh, yes. So he got 1 shot. And lost. But I don't think anybody's going to hold that against him. It was against Fatal, so, dude, hey, you'll live to fight another day. Live to fight another day. Round 3, opponent didn't attack, but he would have struggled anyway because Lazy's flawless victory was pretty impressive. So, maybe he was a no-show because he saw Lazy Turtle score and just thought, yeah, ain't going to beat that. Not even going to bother trying. So, Lazy with a 2-1 with a little help from his friend.
On to Jake Johnson from Texas. 2-1. Round 1, he timed out against Ray. He lost Palp Empire versus Crew and got full clear 1 shot, unfortunately. Round 2, he full clear 1 shots with his JKL holding for 3 and his CLS holding for 4. Round 3, even though he lost with his Sith Triumvirate to the Bugs, his Jedi Knight Luke got 2 holds and his CLS got a hold, giving him the win there. So 2-1 for Jake Johnson.
Ando with the 2-1. Dude's going to be so mad at himself. I mean, great start to the week. Round 1, getting holds with GG and Crew and picking up a full clear. Round 2, though, was a tough match. And it was against a top 50 player. Both did their research, both set good defense, and neither of them got the full clear. But Ando lost the battle to a more efficient opponent by 15 banners, so that was where his loss was. Round 3, though, was a good finish, though, and Ando got holds on top of the win. So 2-1 for Ando for the week. Bad luck on round 2, mate.
His rival Ram Bam, though, as he put it, 2-1 this week, robbed. Should have been a 3-0. Round one shot the entire defense minus the Karth team. He tried to nest, timed out. Still won. That's what matters, right? Round two, this is where the brown poopy stuff hits the fan. He literally writes, this is where that brown poopy stuff hit the fan. Slacker and Ray on defense, which he planned for. He two-shot the Slacker as he intended. He took Padme versus GG and would have won. If not at the very end, his internet went out midstream, causing the battle not to register, but still consuming Padme and leaving GG untapped. It set off a chain reaction of having to pull other teams to do other battles, and that just screwed everything up for him, causing him to lose that round. Round three was back on track, though. He easily crushed his opponent's defense while he struggled against a Django-led bounty hunter. So back-to-back Cyber champs, as he put it, for Lightning Squadron, but still robbed of the 3-0.
I had to check my glasses when I first looked at this stat, because Dylar going 1 and 2, it's just, it was very, very uncharacteristic. A really bad and uncharacteristic week for Dylar, as he falls down the table with a 1 and 2. I mean, it can be boiled down to a tactic change. He completely changed his tactics and strategy for this week. He placed both GLs in D. This is, he's trying to see if he can survive with both GLs on D and just use the off-meta counters. It didn't work, and he lost in rounds 1 and he lost in round 3. He did get a consolation in round 2, but I think this week's experiment won't be repeated for next month. Just too bad. Too bad, Dylar. 1 and 2 for Dylar for the week.
On to the Grand Admiral. He was out hunting Luke Skywalker, apparently, and wasn't able to broadcast the domination, but he got the full clear, and his Padme held really strong. 4 battles, didn't even fall. Round 2 was his loss, unfortunately. The Grand Admiral's opponent got a full clear with a pretty hefty score to go with it. Started off strong, taking out Rey with Jedi Knight Revan and Gas. He beat Grievous with the clones in JKL, and then defeated Darth Revan with Django-led bounty hunters. He had a rough time against Slacker on the first attempt with Vader, and then took out most of the squad with troopers, cleaning up with Maul-led Sith after a failed attempt with Phasma First Order. Unfortunately, all of this cost him the match. Round 3, he claimed another Darth Revan as a victim as fearsome troopers and Admiral Piet. Both the opponent's GLs were on defense, and he timed out against a Rey with Vader, cleaning up his JKR and JKL counters. Game crashed during the ship's battle, but he was able to clean that up, still taking the win. The 2-1 Arnold.
Indy 3-0. No whammy or no triple whammy, no triple crown, just a bog standard triple for Indy this week. But a triple's a triple. It was plain sailing in rounds 2 and rounds 3. As Indy picked up comfortable, flawless victories. But despite not getting past the Slacker in round 1, his opponent couldn't get past Indy's Rey or GG on the back. So win and the triple, despite not getting the full clear in round 1.
On to Klesso, and Klesso's still in that 3-0. First 2 rounds were, there were solid full clears for Klesso. He had no issues. Round 1 was a full clear for both, but he was more efficient by 3. Round 2, his GG got a hold. Round 3 is where it gets a little messy, but he still managed to pull a win from there. He lost a timeout to Newt, timed out with the Thrawn Vader team against GL Rey, and had to proceed to spend an additional 5 battles to wear down Rey enough to come back in with CLS to clean up on attempt number 7. But his opponent just did not even come close, sending everything. You see this high hold count? Mm-hmm. That's because they threw everything they had one at a time to his gas, and still did nothing. So 3-0 for Klesso.
Zareth prevails. Started off the week placing a full Frank Underwood squad at the request of his opponent and got spanked. Why would you ask someone to put down an FU squad against you if you have no chance of beating it? Hey, sometimes, sometimes fans will request silly things. So, clearly this guy's into S&M and he wanted to be spanked by Zareth. Round 2 was a win despite a crash on Geos, which makes his victory against a double GL even sweeter. A win against a double GL with a crash. Mwah! Round 3 was another tough match against an amazingly modded team. Both competitors got the full clear, but Zareth was there with more banners. 3-0, triple whammy for Zareth, and he just wants everybody to know that his ult got 3 in Division 3.
Nice. On end all be all. 3-0, full cleared all of his opponents and prevented the full clear all 3 times. Round 1 was an auto deploy, cleared it with about 1900 banners despite keeping a heavy defense. Round 2, he one-shot his opponent and they couldn't clear his Ray. Round 3, cleared with his opponent, again, pretty high score. And again, they could not get past his GL Ray. The end all be all, again, really good with his defenses, and it shows. Excellent job, 3-0.
The God King of defense.
Absolutely.
I've never seen someone get... I mean, it's not the whole number, it's the territories he holds. It's just phenomenal. Every single week. We're on to Solo, and oh my god, it's a 2-1. Solo fell to round 3 curse this week. As you would expect, he powered through his round 1 and his round 2 opponents with clinical efficiency and flawless victories. But then came round 3. And the FU from the RNG Gods. Slacker Night Sister Cheese caused the problem as he was snubbed by RNGesus and lost the battle. Tough end. Tough end to the month for Solo. 2-1. Ugh, it hurts so much.
Fruit Ninja Mike is rounding us out. Round 1 and 2, opponent's cheese, and he out-bannered by a bajillion. Round 3, left door was open to opponent with a failed troopers versus Newt Dooku, but still 19-1 banners. They set their slacker for the first time that you can tell, waiting on their attack. He was going to see if they take advantage, but he's confident in his defenses. Darth Revan, GG, Gas, Slacker, Padme, Crew, Newt, Django, Nest, hopefully preventing good banner wins, which no, it didn't actually work because he updates later saying 2-1 overall. His opponent played very well and survived by 6 banners despite him losing a battle and then one-shotting the board. He had 2 battles that lost a ton of banners, but was clean versus everything else. RNG could have easily gone his way, but in the end, his stupidity for trying troopers versus a solid Newt team. 2-1 for Fruit Ninja Mike.
And there is the bottom of Elite Division 1, and Ando still occupying the top of the bottom. You're getting used to that spot, aren't you, Ando?
It's comfy, isn't it?
It's comfy. Are you quite comfortable there? Because you've been occupying that spot for like forever now. But hey, nice 3-0 from Mandy. A nice little bit of a climb there, but Paul Anthony no longer at the bottom of the table. But he's definitely chasing Thaddeus's record for the losses, 206. Still 150.
He's got a lot of work to do, though.
150 behind, but he's got 3 months. 3 months to try and catch him. But that's not what everybody's come to see. Everybody's come to see the top of the Elite Division. And oh my god, the changes to the top of Elite Division 1. Boom, there it is. Fruit Ninja Mike has finally been caught. Now, yes, he does occupy the top spot because of the banner difference. But Endall is right there. He is right there. to be even Stevens just on round wins alone halfway through the season, it just means the next 3 months are going to be even closer. But Klesso and Solo Base, 1 round immediately below, and Zareth, 1 immediately underneath that. That is without a doubt it's just so tight. It's going to be such a good next 3 months. So good. And we will be talking about just how interesting the next 3 months are going to go. On the other side of this break, which we would very much like you to stick around for, because we're going to have a chat with Rambam. We got Rambam on. Rambam. So, stick around. We'll do a break. We'll do Rambam. And then when we get to the final thoughts, we will talk about just how interesting the last 3 months of the season really are going to be. Don't go away. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Are you a member of Team Paul or Team Neil? Maybe you prefer story time with the llama, or dabble in the buttery side of the force with Biscuit Weasel. Or maybe you like the escape pod talents from Down Under like Heinzie and Scotty. No matter who you support, you can get one of my designs from the Escape Podcast merch store. Just go to escapepodcastaways.com, click on the merch link, and it will take you to the TeePublic site where you can support me, Mrs. Anthony, also known as Critty K. Also be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast's Discord server weekly to vote for my latest shirts in the Design Derby on Woot. Links for both of these are down below. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact Shitty Bill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
SWGOH.GG is your one-stop site for the raw data behind the game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. From complete gear lists to intuitive stats behind all of your favorite holotable heroes. SWGOH.GG has it all. With a .GG account, you can get a complete view of your own roster, see how you match up against other players, and even check out the history of your own Grand Arena Championship matches. You can also see what your opponent used on you to give you a better understanding of counters and team compositions to improve your gameplay. Did you know that they also have some great Patreon features as well? Ad-free browsing of their site, guild information, and manual information requests are included in their 3 levels of Patreon support. Check out the site for more details. That's SWGOH.GG. Unleash your holotable potential today.
So welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This week's guest needs no introduction. He has a hardcore rivalry going on with Dylar and with Ando, a battle that he has been fighting for weeks with Ando, and it does look like he's kind of tipped the balance of the scales there. It's Rambam. Rambam, how you doing, mate?
What's going on, Nev and Flair? How you guys doing? Thank you for having me on. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been all right. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. We are at the end of another season, and so go ahead and just tell us how this last week go. I know you're kind of disappointed about one of your rounds.
Yeah, so I mean, I went 2-1 overall. Round 1, I one shot everything except for a Carve team, so it wasn't terrible. You know, I messed up on the Carve. To my fairness, I decided to use Ness without Hermiota and Kira, thinking that it would be enough against a Gear 11 Carve team, and oh well. But I still walked out the win, so that's all that matters. Round 2, this is where I got really upset, and if you've seen my streams, I rage very, very hard. Mm-hmm. I'm in the military, I curse and everything. So my opponent put SOKR up front. I had to 2-shot it because he put it with Daka and Zombie, which is a very hard comp to beat. And I wasn't confident my Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Knight Reverend team could beat it. So I decided to go in Jedi Knight Luke it with, take out Hux and Kylo, and then go in with Gas and beat the rest of it, which was super easy, right? And I was confident based on his previous battles against SOKR that I could put my SOKR down on defense and stop him. Then goes his Grievous team. Everything's going great. I take Padme as I normally would, as I had planned. Take Padme up against Grievous. Goes great. I kick to the face Padme. Perfect. Waiting for the victory thing to show up. And my internet goes down. So by the time I get back up, everything is, it finally refreshes. And it's like, nope, you have...
not registered the victory.
Yep.
It's registered as a
It
loss.
took my Padme team, took my battle, and kept Grievous at full health. And so, unfortunately, I then had to take teams that I had prepared for the rest of his defense, as I had predicted what was going on in his defense, take those teams, beat him against Grievous, and that ultimately cost me the win because he could not clear my SOKR. I was off by 57 banners, and I threw 3 battles that weren't one-shots. Had I one-shot all of those, I would have gotten 60 banners extra, which would have tipped me over just barely, even though I did not full clear Ray.
So did your opponent set, did he set exactly what you thought he was going to set?
Yeah, with the exception of he didn't set that SOKR team normally. He sets a full first order SOKR, so I was counting on one shot.
Oh, but he did the DACA.
But he did the DACA instead.
Yeah.
But everything else seemed to be normal for him. So I went adjusted based off of that. That's why you always gotta check that SWGOH.GG numbers. You gotta always look, especially in the high divisions.
The show.
And then round 3, super easy, one shot everything, no big deal. So 2-1 for the week, unfortunately, but I was robbed. It should have been a 3-0.
That hurts. That hurts just thinking about it, man.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll ask we're gonna go through the standard game of the questions. Out of the 3 battles, was there any interesting ones that you did? I know that whole slacker with DACA and zombie, that's kind of become a little bit more prevalent. You have to have a different answer to it than you would a traditional slacker full first order. Anything else that kind of surprised you, threw you off guard, anything like that?
I had expected my first opponent to go harder on defense, as he normally did, but for whatever reason, and I know he got Luke, that was his first round getting Luke. So I couldn't really read him too well because the previous times he didn't use Luke, obviously, because he didn't have it. So he would use his Ray on defense or on offense to clear SOKR. This time he did not. He put Ray down on defense, relied on his Jedi to counter SOKR, which did not work. I think he had a 2-shot my SOKR, if I'm not mistaken. And so he changed up his defense a little bit, threw trash in the back. I think it was Ewoks and cars. So wasn't too crazy. But no real interesting comps. The problem with being at the top of Division 1 or in my GP bracket of Division 1, you don't see a whole lot of interesting comps. You see a lot of meta versus meta stuff.
Unless someone's just saying, screw it, the heck with this, I don't care.
I think I've seen one Mace on defense.
You championed that person, didn't you?
I DM'd him and yes, Mace.
I'm curious about your round 2 loss. If you didn't have to double tap the slacker, would you have got the win? Would you have got the victory?
Yes.
Or did the crash totally screw it up?
It was a chain reaction.
The crash caused a chain reaction because I had to pull teams from what I would normally counter other teams with to beat Grievous.
Yeah, because you're effectively one full squad behind.
Yeah.
Moving forward, because you know you have to take that battle again, but now you're one squad down.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what killed me.
Had you already done the slacker? Had you already double tapped the slacker before the crash? Or was the double tap on the slacker after the crash?
No, the double tap was before the crash.
So if you hadn't done the double tap on the slacker, the crash would have happened. You would have switched your tactic to you would have attempted the one shot instead of a two tap strategy.
I probably would, had I one shot Kylo, I probably would have gone Gas or Padme still against Grievous. Crash would have happened. I would have still had Padme or Gas to beat Grievous, and then I would have moved on from there. So there's still potential I could have won. had I
it's
one
the
shot,
issue of DACA zombie
Yeah,
and all the interactions.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is because you knew that you could win with the 2-tap strategy on the slacker, and you had the crash. The crash forces your strategy to make the team that you were going against. That makes that right. That has to be I'm forced to make that my double tap. So
well, and he spent 8 battles against my Kylo
else.
and could not get through it. He spent 8 battles, could not get through my SOKR, which I knew he couldn't based on what he was currently running. He tried doing the gas cheese, couldn't do it because I throw in Basilisk Fallen in there with that fear and that speed and lightning. It throws off that gas cheese every time. I've watched countless people fail with that. It's the same thing kind of put in Malik, but it saves Malik for DR, which I also put up front. And so people are more reluctant to go gas against the SOKR and throw gas against DR. So I try tripping people up, and it usually will work. Just
not on this
real life
occasion.
RNG doesn't like me. Game RNG doesn't like me. Real life RNG doesn't like me. You know, I'm unlikable.
You know, about speaking of unlikable things, your favorite character in all Star Wars, Mace Windu. What was his murder spree this week? Did you get some kills with him this week?
I believe I got 2 kills with him. Didn't really get a chance to use him in round 1. Round 2, I obviously couldn't use him because I had to swap up defenses and it just didn't pan out. I think I ended up having to take him against a Relic Finn team with Basilisk, and that's not going to pan out. You know, sorry, but it's not. So I had to do that. So I didn't get any kills with him, and I think I got the 2 kills with him on round 3.
Okay.
I always try to make sure I get new kills. I got to make sure I get a kill with him. Yeah. He's hungry. He's hungry, man. I might actually start throwing him on defense though with Kiadi Mooney just to throw some people off. I know Cam is kind of useless, but I've got some ideas as far as Jedi teams to throw them in the back wall, kind of like
got
with
enough Galactic Republic Jedi that aren't being used elsewhere for that.
I've got a Relic 5 Kit Fisto, thanks to my viewers. They hate me or love me. I don't know which.
You must actually be one of the people that's looking forward. When you think, just thinking about it, because you've got a Relic 7 Mace Windu, you might actually be one of the few people that's looking forward to the ship squad increase that has been whispered by CG, because you could, for all intents purposes, put in a unbelievably thick Mace Windu timeout team, and people would just look at your Mace Windu and think, oh, it's a Mace. I can just go in this with Thrawn and Houndstooth without actually realizing, oh crap, it's a Relic 7 Mace Windu. Which would make it like extra thick Windu timeout team. Because that's you must be thinking, if you had to put 2 fleets in defense, you must be thinking Mace Windu, endurance, in defense, because he's Relic 7. I mean, the bonus protection, all of his specials. I mean, there's going to be something extra put into all of those because he's Relic 7, surely.
So I have always been a champion of Mace. I will defend Mace. You know this, with my life. You cannot talk bad about Mace without me.
You don't have it like
me being there.
tattooed like here, like on your arm, like make Mace great again.
Never say never. It might be coming. I'm still working on getting a fight
charity stretch goal.
Maybe. I will never defend his ship. His ship is complete trash. It's utter garbage. I don't like his ship. His ship got worse after the rework. I don't even know how that's possible. Somehow CG sat here and said, you know what? You know what's better than being unkillable? Undispellable protection up that you can eat through. That just is so much better than being unbeatable for a turn. So I won't ever defend his ship. But I've said it before. I don't like the 2 fleets because I'm going to get some asshole who's going to decide to put down Grievous and Negotiator, and I'm just going to get sandbagged because Grievous is a little hard to get through. Negotiator, not so much. I have a good finalizer squad, so I can beat Negotiator pretty easily. But
well, that's what's going to make it interesting, wouldn't you think? I'm going to be in Division 1 when they do this. I'm looking forward to it. I must admit, I am actually looking forward to it. The only capital ship I don't have on my main account is the Malevolence, and I'll be going for that in 10 shards because I'm 10 shards from getting my negotiators to 7 stars. So I'm actually quite looking forward to the potential for having to keep 2 for offense and put 2 in defense. I must admit, I'm really looking forward to it. Yes, you could come up against people that just dump in the Malevolence and the Negotiator in defense, but then, if everybody does that, nobody clears fleet. Nobody gets full clears.
Yeah.
And people like their full clears. People like to get their full clears because it's easier to get to Kyber with a full clear and a couple of losses than no full clear and a loss. I mean, I can't remember because it's been a while since I've not achieved Kyber. But I remember what it was like, many moons ago to not get to not get Kyber because you have like 2 rounds where you don't get the full clear and you don't get the win. And I can definitely see 2 fleets in defense and 2 in offense definitely making it harder to get Kyber, and I think that would be a good challenge. Don't agree with that?
I don't. I'm not a fleet guy. Everybody knows I don't like fleets.
You and Gator both.
You and Gator as well. Yeah,
you and Gator. Yeah, it's just not. But I know the struggle to get Kyber. I've missed out on Kyber literally since GAC was released by like 300, 400 banners at least.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy to say I am back-to-back Kyber. So
nice.
I'm proud.
Good. So,
Ram, let's do the question that we always do for most people. What are you working on?
Mm-hmm.
What are things in your toolkits that you're wanting to hopefully bring out? Anything new you're working on? Any teams you're wanting to give some love to?
Well, it's more. What have you been working on that you're going to have for next month for the next?
We do have the break week. Hopefully,
yeah, we've got the break week. So you know what you're going to be. What have you worked on and what you're going to be finishing off this week that you're looking forward to taking into next month.
So I am working on Mon Mothma. I'm working on that team to kind of get that team in a back wall defensive lineup, or maybe front wall. Who knows? And I'm working on Admiral Piet. I'm not really going after Palp. I'm still waiting on the kits, obviously, but I want to based on where my roster is, I'm going to be going for Luke. I'm like 90% there for Luke, and I'm not even close to that for Palp. But Piet, based on some footage I've seen, based on some theories I have, Piet can replace Traya or Vader lead in that Rey kill squad. Which if I can replace my Traya, saves me the trio for Geos or whoever else I need to use it for. Just because Piet offers so much offense, tenacity, potency over to Vader and any Empire allies. So Thrawn will be a little bit thicker as well. So those are 2 that I'm working on. I might have them ready. I've got the Zetas. I've got like 6 Zetas saved up. Life of a hoarder.
Yeah, we've definitely all. So I take it. So you haven't actually put the Zetas on Mon Mothma yet. You're saving up in preparation to put them on her, or
nope? She is Gear 11, 3-star, and has the Zetas.
She's got the Zetas.
Piet does
they're
not.
Fun
Piet's
Zetas. They're fun.
They are. Well, and her Zetas make her usable at low stars because she can't be targeted and she's immune to taunt effects. So Death Mark doesn't stick or anything like that. Her Zetas make her usable. Piet needs to be Gear 11 for him to be at
squishy.
least somewhat viable. Yeah.
No, Mando on the horizon or anything like that. No.
I have
you don't
Mando.
Fancy because I'm just because obviously the Mando characters are all now they're all now farmable. And I just wondered if you were if maybe you were working on any of those, because we know Mando's great with his many disintegrations, and we know how good Grief Karga can make bounty hunters, especially against dark side squads.
Yep. So I have been farming those from the very day that they came out. So right now, currently on my farm list, Mando, he's at 60 out of 100, so he should be done relatively soon. Grief is, I think, like 30 out of 85, so he's next on the list. Obviously, Mando comes first for me, but with him comes Y-Wing, so that's good as well. And then Cara Dune is, I think, 20 out of 100. So she's coming up as well. And then I'm farming Chupio right behind
Who
him.
isn't?
He's in my farm right now.
Who
Yeah.
isn't farming that character? I mean,
It's
you must.
amazing.
You're an idiot if you're not farming Chupio.
Chupio's great. I have him gear 11. I haven't slept his on because I don't have really anywhere to use him.
Yeah.
I might throw him in the rebel lineup with my Mothma. I don't know. I've still got to kind of run a couple test teams.
Mhm.
I find throwing him in with CLS just for the giggles, just for the S's and the giggles. Because he's low, but you know he gets some because he goes so often and because he's got so many. Obviously, the guard goes on him. It doesn't go on CLS. It goes on him. But if you've got a relic CLS, he's going to hit hard. He's going to counter anyway. And every time Chupio goes, and he goes a lot, you're getting that. You're getting the extra shots off. You're getting the extra shots off from Chewie, and you still get the undersized. So if you're not sure where to use him, I would just throw him in there. Doesn't matter what gear he's at or what star he's at. Just
He's with
throw him in there.
Mothma for me.
He is worth throwing in there just to get all those Chewie assists because he has guard on.
So I did have an idea throwing him in with a Grievous team in that 5th slot because he is a droid.
He's a droid. Right.
And because he's low stars, you do an AoE, he's probably going to die.
Yeah.
And then he's going to get triggered. Grievous is going to Grievous is going to get upset.
I have not thought
and if
that.
You don't
I am
get
now
him,
thinking of that.
Yep. And if you don't kill him off, then obviously he's going to get that offense stacking and he's probably going to at least steal some banners, which is what Grievous is good for. So I don't know. There's a few teams out there.
Excellent. Okay, Flap. You're not
the last one, the usual one. All right, Ram Bam. This is the part where you pimp your stuff out. What are you working on, or not working on? What are you doing in your streams? Where can people find you?
I'm on Twitch. Rambam001. I use that handle for anything. YouTube. I have a YouTube channel that I throw content when I actually make content. When there's something worthwhile, which God's Heroes doesn't seem to have a whole lot. But YouTube, Twitch is primarily where I'm at. I'll run GACs 3 times a week, obviously. Lots of fun, lots of rages, lots of Mace Windu loving. So, and I do every, games every now and then. I run Warzone and Among Us. So it's fun. It's a fun time.
All righty. Neil, any other questions?
No, we're good to go, mate.
All right. Ram Bam, seriously, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Pleasure interacting with you and the shenanigans you and Ando are getting into in chat. But yeah, guys, on the other side of one of our clips from Ram Bam, we will get to our thoughts and acknowledgments. So we'll see you guys on the other side.
Oh, wrong one. That was my bad, Flair. My bad. I do apologize. I hit the wrong hotkey. Well, I hope you enjoyed that lovely little interview. He's shaking his head at me. I said I'm sorry. I pushed the wrong hotkey. Okay, it happens. I have very fat fingers.
Right. Okay.
I was looking down at the screen. I thought I pushed the right one. It came up. It wasn't. So anyway, I'm sure everybody in chat will forgive me. Clearly you won't, but everybody in chat will forgive me. F's in the chat if you forgive me. Okay, so Flair, what do we do now?
Well, this is the part of the show where we do our thoughts and acknowledgments. Anytime, anything throughout the course of the show that happened, we will recognize that. So we did get a sub from as Control 3.
As Control 3.
Yeah. With a sub saying what's good tonight. Bisweasel did rate us earlier. 2 bits from MPD Monster 123, a follow from Tinman 202, and a follow from Sky 811. So thank you all so much for the follows and the subs and the bits and stuff like that. So greatly appreciate every single bit of it. Neil, we've got it's gonna get interesting in the next month.
the next 3 months, oh my god, they're going to be so interesting. As everybody is aware, changes have been made. GACs next season. Those in Division 2 and Division 1, like myself and Mort and Ram Bam and all those wonderful content creators that you come here to see how they've done on their GAC, will have to present 2 fleet defenses and 2 fleet offenses. So it's going from 2 to 4, and it is not being particularly. I love it, but it's not being very well received. There's a lot of people complaining about it, a lot of people not happy with it. It's going to happen. As Mr. Gigabachi said earlier on during RSG stream, it's reality. Deal with it. That's what I would like to parrot what Mr. Gigabachi said. It's reality. Deal with it. You know, you can complain about it all you like. CG
But it's happening.
It. Yeah. CG ain't changing it. So embrace it. Work on your fleets.
I mean,
work
at
on
the
your
very least,
ships.
the nice thing is that it's Div 2 and Div 1, so it's not like it's not like they're making it for Div 3 or 4.
No.
You have to have had a lot of investment in your roster before you're asked to produce 2 more fleets.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like I currently have I do home 1 with Separatists with the Geos on defense. And then I save Negotiator full out for offense. But I know that eventually I have to work on Malevolence, and I'm probably gonna have to actually take that Rebels team and actually, work on it and make it a Rebel fleet. So, but yeah, no, definitely gonna be interesting. And then obviously, this is the end, or Cascade saying, or it's not signed for GAC. Who knows? I know that it's gonna definitely get interesting in the next little bit. We'll probably see either people get through with 1 attempt or just not be able to clear a fleet node. So
Yeah. I did ask the question of our resident statistician from SWGOH.GG SEP if they will be including ships in the GAC meta report. And he did actually say that they've got the data, so it is something that they could potentially do. So if SEP does get back to me with a positive there, I will definitely relay that information in one of the shows. But fleets for GACers just got a whole lot more important. So,
not to mention that we got the final notices for the final requirements for as I call them, Grandpappy Luke and Sith Emperor Wrinklebags. And I gotta say, I mean, this is me getting a chance to say my thoughts. I really like the requirements for Grandpappy. It is so nice. Like compared to what you saw for Rey and Kylo, completely different.
Mm-hmm. It's and it's good for. It's actually quite good for your fleet. Lots and lots of crew in there. Lots and lots of crew in there on both sides.
With a good, and not to mention a good fleet with a good like capital ship to go with it.
Yeah.
So it's not like you had a brand new capital ship and you had to figure it out. And let's be honest, Resistance is still missing quite a bit.
Yeah, it is. But the dark side's good for the Empire because you've got to do Thrawn and you've got to do Tarkin. That's good. You've got to do Maul. Maul's got a ship, so there's 3 characters for the dark side GL that are really going to be good for your fleet. And then obviously on the Rebel side, you've got Biggs, you've got Wedge. That's definitely going to be good for a Rebel fleet. So there are some good things in there. There's definitely some good things in there that are, if you're going for those characters, that are going to help you with your fleet. But my advice would be, whatever you're thinking about putting on defense, get those crew rounded out and get them rounded out quick. I'm not suggesting that you go, ham on them, but make them good enough to be able to strip at least some of your opponent's banners. Give them a little bit of a battle, make it a challenge. Anyway, what are we at? Oh wow, we are at the top of the hour already.
Absolutely. So hey Neil, what's going on the Escape podcast? I know we just came out of everyone who took part in the Content Creator Cup. We came out of the 24-hour stream and killed it.
Absolutely.
But anything going on the rest of the week?
Well, obviously we've got the Escape podcast coming up on Friday, but nothing else because thank God, we've got a break. We're on the 1 week break, which is always. It's a lot more welcome now than it used to be. I really, really do like the 1 week.
Since we've been doing this show, we've definitely needed this break.
Definitely need the break. So we'll
I do know that I think Paul mentioned that Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed is happening tomorrow night.
Yep, that'll be the live recording for that will be happening tomorrow. So if you want to tune in while the recording of that show is being made, that's what you do.
And I think on my end of things, I've been doing what I've been doing, just playing a bunch of different games and just enjoying it right now. So we'll definitely have some more on that probably later on. But yeah, no. So definitely having some fun with what I do. Also, Paul's actually posted this in chat, and we'll end out the episode with this. Starting next month, we are actually going to be including I think the Kyber Combatant tier of our patrons from the Patreon. If you go to the Patreon for the Escape podcast, and it's already been ran in chats, you can if you pledge at a certain tier, the Kyber Combatant, you can actually put your name into a patron board that Paul will be doing in one of the segment breaks, I think, and he's producing that. I hear he's co-hosted by certain robots.
His co-host is a certain robot. Yes,
a certain robot. So definitely going to be really interesting. I think it's a really good interaction with the community. So being able to see all these content creators, but also get to see people that have helped out the channel. So
yeah, and people get to strut their stuff.
Because I mean, we've had throughout the entire course of this show, we've had people in chat like Ray Rock, who's always like, "Oh, I've done this well throughout this season," something, and we get to allow these people, to say, "Hey, here's what I'm doing.
I'm better than this content creator." I know what you. Ray Rock wants bragging rights over me and Fortmore. That's what Ray Rock wants. Ray Rock wants everybody to see that I can beat Nev. I can beat Fortmore. So if there's somebody that you like, content creator that you're following, and you think I could do better than that guy, my roster's pretty much the same. Become a Kyber Combatant level Patreon and get yourself on the table so that show all of your friends, go and watch. You'll see I am better than that content creator at GAC.
So yeah, that is starting next month. Next week is our month 3 review. So stick around for that. That will be on our regular Tuesday showing. Today's was on Wednesday because it's the end of month episode. So but other than that, everyone take care. You all have a great day. Any other thing, Neil? Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good, mate. Tell me what you want to tell me.
All right. Everyone take care. Have a great rest of your night, day, wherever you are. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting the show. Neil, press the button.
You got it, mate. Half an hour, folks.
See you guys.